Hey gang, just wanted to offer a few tips if I may. I don't see too many folks talking about this stuff, but I just thought we'd, let's take a blank patch, okay, and just go over a couple tips. You know, if you're using a keyboard, main thing you want to keep in mind is always use the chromatic. Because if you don't use the chromatic, it changes your keyboard, these scales, or what's being allowed to be, the circuit allowed to receive, and you're not going to have all your notes on the keyboard. So keep that always on chromatic, tip number one, right? Me, I need a metronome. So I need to know where one is. Right? And I'm in the mood for something a little faster. I could just slow it down and just do a groove. I want to be there. I'm about right up in here. Okay, so something about up in there. So before I do anything, I want to create an arpeggio. So how do I do that at 140? You don't. Take it all the way down. I usually do it somewhere around 69, like most folks. Okay, so now we're going to pick a sound here. Now you can do this on the keyboard. It's on the circuit itself, but I have it hooked up in a keyboard here because I need it. I'm using a Lisa's Q49, which is just feeding a through box, so it can control my my modular MIDI sounds and tracking for my vocalist. So it's already here, so I'm going to just use it. It's just a simple cable, plug it in, boom, through the through box, and we're good to go. Channels 1 and 2 and 10. So first thing I'm going to do is get over here on the keyboard and set it to channel 1. Now if you're using this and doing this on your, just on the circuit, you know, you got your headphones on, you're jamming somewhere, it's awesome, right? Yeah, you can still do this. Just make sure you're up real high. And then put your sequence in. Nope, don't want that one. Nope. I'm just trying to put something in a scale so it just runs its course. So now you have that at the slower speed, but I'm going to record on top of it. Take us down an octave so it's not right on top of it, because remember each note, each synth has 6-note polyphony, but this is a monaural sound, so you need to get it off of the same note. Remember, only one sound can sound at a time. So we change this patch to something monophonic. See? Now we can have up to 6-note polyphony happening at one time. So now let's just record this in here. I'm going to go up again. So I'll record that in with my keyboard. How you would do that on here? Again, using the octave keys, and then just playing it manually, or coming over and make it the full keyboard so you can enjoy that way. But again, if you don't have a MIDI controller on here, like in a key step, or just a regular MIDI controller, I highly recommend it, because you'll have a lot more features open to you, like here on the key patches. Now you can pick these sounds, you can't hear them unless you use the keyboard. See what I'm saying? So there's other advantages of having the keyboard on the circuit. As groovy as this GrooveBox is, it's begging for, you know, a controller. Okay, so back to this, right? Let's just put something in and see what it sounds like. Nice, right? Just a nice little arpeggiator. Now you can put it in any tempo you want. Just a simple beat, just a simple 8, straight 8, right, in a little arpeggiation. Now, let's take this synth and add a bass line to the synth using the 6-note polyphony granted to us. So again, I got to come back over here to my keyboard and switch it to MIDI channel 2. Okay, so now I have access to this synth. And here's another thing too, when you're adding a lot of chords from the keyboard, remember you only got 6 notes, right? So if I'm playing a 4-note chord or even a 5-note chord, remember that I only got 6 notes. So I need at least 2 for the bass, because this is not a monophonic sound, this is a polyphonic sound, and sometimes those bass will overlap. And in monophonic, you want that. That's where you get that, you know, that heavy punch. But it won't work in here. I'll show you. Okay, I just want to add a little chord progression to this. So, whoops. So I just want it to be two measures long. Well, did I put that in the wrong one? No, okay. Sorry, I thought I just accidentally hit a button. Okay, so that's what I want in here. So I know where 1 is. All right, now I'll try to get that a little trimmed up a little higher. First, I need a little more volume on it. So I want to get that a little higher without adding too much effect. And I definitely don't want, I want a shorter sustain. There you go. All right. Now I can take the keyboard here and scale it back down. Again, you can do that with your octave keys, but I'm just going to scale it down a couple octaves. So that's playing the same voice, just in a different octave. One's playing a chord in the mid-range, and one's playing a bass and a sub-octave. So let's record that. And I just want to make sure where I'm at. Let it go once. So there you have it. You've got an arpeggiator, bass synth, and a drum kit all in one. That's my tips for the day, gang. Hope you enjoy it. Please, if you got any more suggestions and tips, that leave in the comments below. Make a reply video, or link it to us so we can keep track of all this stuff. There's so much wonderful stuff we can do with this little bad boy. Yeah.